This week on the Insider Show, we will be picking division champs. We've got some old coaches in new places and one very high-profile team with a new face. Also, Hogtradamus. We caught up with Coach Da Hog of the Ravens a season later. Whoever told you fat meat wasn't greasy didn't know what they was talking about. It's the CCFL Insider Show. Next.
Let's do it.
Now let's get on to the NFC preview and who we think will be the division champs from these divisions. In the NFC North, we have the Bears. The only question is, can Chicago win it without QB Jim? NFC East, we have the Giants. The G-Men have won this division the last 2 years in a row. NFC South, the Panthers. The Dupla's exit, this division is wide open. A real sleeper, though, could be Tampa Bay. Don't sleep on the Bucs. NFC West, the Seahawks. Only question is, can the new coach win in Seattle?
Now let's take a look at the AFC. We're going to begin in the AFC West. I am going to go with the Chiefs. Coach Willie has a pretty solid team coming back again this year. In the AFC South, I have definitely got to go with the Jags. I've talked to Coach Swizz, and he is very, very confident in his team right now, and he feels like they can pull off the big victories this season to get it done. In the AFC East, of course, we have to go with the Dolphins again. The reigning Super Bowl champs. Hopefully they can stick it out this year and prove to have another good season. Last but not least, the AFC North. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. They've got a pretty good, solid team going there. Hopefully they can pull out the victories again this year.
Welcome, Coach. Recently, new Seahawks coach Mark F. dropped us an email to let us know what's going on in Seattle. He says, I took over the team in the beginning of the offseason from a departed Ola Gibson, who left me a very good team. Yes, financially there was problems and I had to cut some good players to get under the cap, but in whole, Ola built a fine team. This team went 4-0 in the preseason. Not a really big deal because preseason is deceiving, but as a measuring stick I can confidently say that this team is in good shape and will only get better. I am a defensive-minded coach trying to find his way in an offensively oriented league. This year's Seahawks should help me make it over the hump. Well, welcome to the league, Coach. Currently, you're undefeated through 6 games. Way to go.
A new Atlanta regime. The Atlanta Falcons were one of the most expensive teams in the CCFL last season. And with the new coaching staff coming on board, the plan is for more of the same. Head coach Mouse Davis directed the Cincinnati Bengals to consecutive playoff berths in the last 2 seasons. And now he brings his philosophy into Atlanta. The first thing that Coach Davis was asked about during his press conference was the Falcons season last year, and he felt that he could repeat their success. Coach Davis said, well, they were very good last year, especially on offense. As much as I'd like to say we'll match those numbers, all I can say for sure is that we'll play to win. Duper is a great offensive coach and seems to bring the numbers wherever he goes. Our style might be a little different, but I feel as long as we win, the fans won't even care.
Last season, we interviewed the Ravens head coach Da Hog. At that time, he made the proclamation that it was time he took back his division. At that time, everybody laughed at him, thought it was real funny. The Ravens were kind of a lonely team. Nobody really thought they had a chance to win that division. Against all odds, the critics and the skeptics, they accomplished just that. Job well done, Coach. This season, we sent Big Cuz out to Baltimore to see what Hogtradamus is up to next. Take it away, Big Cuz.
I recently had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Da Hog. He told me that after the postseason bye week and a little too much partying under time off, they collapsed in the second round of the playoffs in our own backyards. Now it was time for them to learn from their mistakes and take it to the next step. Actually, 2 steps. Super Bowl or bust. He also went on to say that they've traded a few great yet aging veterans in order to keep up with the youth movement. And yes, they expect a few rookie mistakes here and there. Now, the first round draft pick, Alfonso Smith, was drafted as a starter, and a starter he shall be. He has even more speed and abilities than other greats that have preceded him in Ravens history. Expect nothing but greatness from him. Now let's meet some more of the new breed of football here in the Ravens camp. Cornerback Hassan Abdullah was drafted as a free safety in the first round 2 years ago. He was projected to be a starter, yet with an early season pickup of veteran cornerback Fernando Bryant, coupled with the Ravens organization's to desire to win here and now, Abdullah was delegated to third string. Yet he managed to make the most of every opportunity given to him last season. Now, it may be his turn, although cornerback Jason David is making a strong argument against him. Only time will tell.
Every week we'll take the 4 biggest matchups. Following week we'll break them down and tell you exactly what happened in them. So we got Chicago and the Lions. We're taking the Lions in this one. I think Magic's due. We have the Falcons and the Browns. Coach Davis used to be the coach of the Bengals. Atlanta has a lot of firepower. That's a tough one. I'm going to take the Browns in this one, only because I think GFL Speed is trying to prove something this year. Tampa Bay at Philly. I love the Eagles. My sleeper's Tampa Bay, and I'm sticking with them. Tampa Bay wins this one.
Wow, we are so far apart on our picks. I'm going to start with the Philly and Bucks game. Again, I'm going to have to take the Bucks on this one. Now, the Browns and Atlanta game, I'm going to keep my eye on. I'm actually going to go with Atlanta on this one here. I think they'll edge out the Browns this week. The Lions and Bears, I think I'm going to go with the Bears on this one here. I think they have a pretty solid team over there in Chicago. Last but not least, my favorite game of the week, the Colts versus the Jags. I am going to go with the Jags on this one. I think that, as I said earlier, the Jags coach is pretty excited about what's going on over there in Jacksonville. I think he pulls out the win. Keeping it moving right along, we're going to move over to our play of the week. This week, we are honoring San Francisco's Frank Gore. As you can see here, he busts off a wicked 80-yard run, untouched, in the fourth quarter to give the 49ers to go ahead and win. So congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers, Frank Gore, Week 1 Play of the Week. Now, unfortunately, we have reached the end of our show, but never fear, we will be back next week. Keep in mind also, every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Central Time, you can catch the CCFL Weekly Radio Blog Show. Hooper done a nice job this week on getting us calling in and just chatting about some things that's going in the league. So make sure that you tune into that. Again, that is Saturday, each and every Saturday evening at 10 p.m. Central. Once you click onto the link, you'll actually go to the website and get a telephone number where you can call in. And we had a pretty good time. We had Dolphin Mike come out and also some other coaches. We did some discussions there, so come check us out. I want to thank my co-host, the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, Swizz. It was a pleasure. I will see you guys next week.